The Oregon Supreme Court says the governor's stay-at-home order is back in effect, at least for now. Good evening, I'm Brian Morton. Late tonight, the state Supreme Court said it reviewed both sides and said an emergency hold is now in place. The state Supreme Court received the case after the governor and the attorney general filed an appeal. A judge earlier today threw out the governor's stay-at-home order, saying she didn't have the authority to make an emergency ruling last past 28 days. When the governor heard about the Supreme Court's decision tonight, she quickly sent out a statement that said, in part, following swift action by the Oregon Supreme Court, my emergency orders to protect the health and safety of Oregonians will remain in effect statewide while the court hears arguments in this lawsuit. The governor went on to say that people should wear face coverings, continue to physically distance, and stay at home as much as possible. Now, the governor had to make that emergency plea to the state Supreme Court because earlier today, a Baker County judge effectively suspended the governor's order in a ruling in a lawsuit brought by Oregon churches and some individuals from Southern Oregon. Newswatch 12 has been following this case since it was initially filed. On Newswatch 12 at 4, we spoke with one of the plaintiffs from Southern Oregon. He said he understands the potential risks from the virus, but the governor's order is not a legal way to protect people.
I am pleased with the ruling because it is upholding the rule of law. Now, I know a lot of people who have been sick from this virus, or likely sick because of it, who tested positive, some have tested positive, but and that concerns me. And so I know that there is legitimate concern for the virus. I don't deny that. And I want everyone to stay safe. But at the same time, we have to operate within the law.
But Campbell said the governor could have called the legislature back into session to pass a law that would have extended her power, but she chose not to. Now, a legal expert says there might be a good reason why the governor didn't call a special session. The governor may have felt it was not necessary because of other laws already on the books. There are two laws that concern the governor's ability to use her executive powers. There is one that limits her powers to a specific number of days, but there is another law that doesn't.
The public health statute, the one with the time limit, has a provision in it that says nothing in this public health statute shall be understood to declare any limits on the governor's power to declare a general state of emergency. So the Attorney General will go to the Oregon Supreme Court and say that provision in the time-limited public health statute shouldn't place any limitations on the governor's power to declare the state of emergency that she's been using.
The Oregon Supreme Court tonight did not give a specific timeline for when that case will be heard.